In this video, we're going to talk about how plea deals work in Indiana criminal cases. About me, my name's Nathan Vining. I'm a defense attorney. I have a lot of experience working plea deals here and can talk to you about what to expect if you are looking at a plea agreement and what to look out for if you're looking at a plea agreement in an Indiana criminal case. So what are plea deals? Plea deals an agreement with you and the state about how to resolve the case. A lot of times it involves some concessions by the state as well as some concessions by you, and it typically could involve a plea to an agreed charge. Sometimes that even includes lesser included offenses. For instance, if you're charged with a level 6 felony, it could potentially be a plea to a misdemeanor. The benefit to you is that you're avoiding a felony. You're pleading guilty to a misdemeanor, which involves less of the consequences of a felony. So it's an agreement between you and the state about what should happen in your case. You then present that to a judge at a plea hearing, and then it's up to the judge to accept or deny that plea agreement. In all reality, typically they would accept reasonable plea agreements that are presented to them. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So there's quite a few purposes to a plea. A lot of times, if you want to resolve the case quickly, it could be a way to resolve the case quickly. It also can provide you certainty so you don't have the risk of a trial or even an open sentencing where you're not exactly sure what could happen. So ultimately, it provides you certainty and can help you avoid risk of trial or an open plea. The negotiation process is interesting. A lot of times someone hires me and they say, don't I get 2, 3, 4 different plea agreements presented throughout the case? They say, take it back. I should get 2. I'm entitled to 2 plea agreements. That's actually not true. You're not entitled to anything with plea bargaining. And there's even some cases where the state won't make an agreement. But a lot of times what you can do is you can get an initial plea and then you take that back to the prosecutor and explain what worked about it, what didn't work, and get to better points. It's all about negotiation and it's all about what's going on in the case. Because you may be entering plea negotiations, but you should be working the case from a factual standpoint as well, in terms of what can you do to challenge the evidence against the accused to weaken the prosecutor's case, which can put you in a better position for plea negotiations. During a plea hearing, ultimately what the court does is they would review the plea agreement with you to make sure you understand what is going to be happening. They then review your rights, your right to a trial, your right to confront and cross-examine witnesses, the right to remain silent. All those things to make sure you understand your rights. They confirm you if you want to waive those rights. Then they would even go over what the factual basis is for the plea hearing in terms of what is alleged to have happened. And sometimes that's even negotiated too in terms of what factual basis you would be admitting to in a plea hearing. The benefits for you is it helps you avoid the uncertainty of trial, can help reduce potential penalties, help you resolve the case faster, and it can provide closure to the case. A lot of times a plea agreement is a way to resolve a case a little quicker. Here's an example of what one looks like. The person was charged with count 2 dealing marijuana. It's a plea, but what's interesting about this one is that it looks like it's 360 days with 358 days suspended. And then there at the bottom, there's this AMS. They're allowing it to be alternative misdemeanor sentencing up front. So they're pleading to a level 6 felony, but it's going to be entered as a misdemeanor. The benefit for this plea is that the person isn't charged with a felony. They're actually going to be pleading guilty to a misdemeanor, which is a big benefit for them. So if you're involved in a criminal case, you should definitely work on making the right choice about what to do in your situation. Get advice from an attorney, assess the risks, see what your goals are. So if you have questions or you're in a criminal case, give me a call. Here's my number. You can give me a call or text. I'd be happy to chat about what's going on in your situation, what kind of pleas we see in those types of cases and what we can do for you.